Dance Your Heart on Fire podcast, episode number 44.
Yeah, I think I've seen your name around here and there, but that's when like you really, I guess, became introduced to the Kizomba scene on, I guess, a wider scale. With the Albir, with the videos and the demos and things like that. My favorite one is the Sabawana one. That one was a really fun one to watch.
Yeah, that is really funny, that song. When he showed me the song, I was like, really? You want this on it? No, but it was really nice. The energy of the song is really nice.
Awesome. And one part in the song where you guys like are walking down the aisle like in a wedding.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but Albi is really funny for that things. He's like a clown. He likes to make laugh to the people. And yeah, in that moment I was like, really? Are you doing this?
So was it something that was planned before?
No. I didn't knew that he was really going to do that, because he showed me the song, and because he was like, I want this song, I want to do them on this song, and I just listened once, and after he put, because we never prepared the demos, never, never ever.
Welcome to the Dance Your Heart on Fire podcast, the podcast dedicated to inspiring dancers worldwide whose hearts have been touched by music and dance. The universal language of dance and music is spoken by many of us throughout the world. We want to motivate the dancer in you by sharing stories, insights, and ideas to enhance your journey. Join us now with your host, Charles Ogar.
Hello everyone, this is Charles with the Dance Your Heart on Fire podcast, coming at you with another episode this week with the one and only talented, beautiful, and I guess super approachable and friendly, because we met in Sweden. Sara Panero I have here on the phone, on the line, on the Skype, on the internet, and she's going to be here with us today to kind of share some of her insights with us. So thank you so much, Sara, for taking some time out of your night to come and talk with me.
Thanks to you. And the people that wants to hear my things, I don't know why, but thanks to them to be interested.
So this is why I like to do this podcast, because you have so many people who love to watch you dance, like your videos with Albir and things like that, and people want to know more about you. But even if you like go to a festival, people don't really get a chance to sit down and like have a cup of coffee with you to ask you like, hey, well, how did you get started? What kind of struggles did you have? What has been like your proudest moment and things like that? So that's what I really like to do in the podcast, so people get a chance to kind of find out about who you are personally, because we all know there's a person behind the dance,
Yeah.
So today, Sara, you are a dance instructor, and I know you teach multiple styles, but I will allow you to kind of talk with our audience and let them know a little bit about what your life looks like today.
Today, honestly, I'm really stressed because it's about how I am personally, because I like to be busy all the time. And problem is when someone ask me to do some project or something like that, and I always say yes. Like, okay, I will do this video, and I will do this choreo, and I will do this. I will go this way and their way and whatever. So now it's been a bit complicated because it's been hard to manage everything. Because now my plan when I stopped with my last partner, with Albir, was to continue in Kizomba in somehow, but to return to bachata world because I love bachata too. I missed it a lot. So now it's like I'm doing both, and it's been a bit stressful, but I'm trying to do it.
And we'll talk a little bit about that later in the podcast about juggling both dances because they have different energies, you know?
Yes.
But even before we got to this point today, Sarah, when you very, very, very first started dancing, can you tell the listeners how you first got started into dance? How old were you? Where were you? What dance did you do?
Okay, now I am 23 years old.
You're only 23?
Yes.
You're so young. So I'm the inverse of your age. I'm 32.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, in July I will have 24, but yeah, I'm young if you compare with the other artists. I don't know anyone that with my age, but that is because I started really young, even in Latin world like bachata, salsa, because I was born in Salamanca, in a small city of Spain, is 2 hours from Madrid, and there I started to dance with when I was 7 years old. So I just gone to academy and I started with ballet and modern dances, and I didn't stop. I continued till I was 16 years old. So I was like 9 years dancing hip hop, ballet, contemporary, modern, jazz, everything. Even a bit of gymnastic. Yes, and it starts really, really like for chance because when I was 16 was a contest of couples in my city, and I decided with one friend to go, and you could dance whatever you want, but in couples. So you could do a choreo of hip hop or salsa or whatever. So we did like a mix of everything because my friend knew more or less how to dance salsa. So we started like that, and we won the competition. And to celebrate it, we go to salsa bar. And there I knew the guy that after taught me yes, salsa, bachata, and everything. So I started in salsa classes when I was 16 years old, and yes, I was really, really young. And just 1 year after, I knew Kizomba in my city because there is still one guy from Guinea-Bissau living there. So and in Spain was just the beginning of Kizomba. Was like really, really at the beginning. This was like 6-7 years ago. Yes, and after, when I was 18 years old, I came to Madrid to study in the Professional Dance Conservatory of Madrid to do ballet. And here I met Pablo, I met a lot of people from Salsa, Bachata, Kizomba in Madrid, and I met Ronald Jara. I don't know if you know him. Well, he's from Chile, but he came more or less at the same time as me to Madrid, and he loved Kizomba, so we started to more or less dance together, and we learned, and we saw a lot of videos and things like that, and we gone to Africa Dancer competition in Lisbon.
What year was that? Do you remember?
I swear it was like 2011, maybe, more or less. I'm not sure, but yeah, more or less there. Yeah, and I don't know if 2010, 2011, yeah, but there is a video of it in somewhere, but yeah, really, really old. And
If you have the video, if it's on YouTube, we can share it in the show notes for the people to take a look at it.
my God, I don't even.
I know that's like
Yeah,
torture for some people to ask them to watch a video from more than 1 year ago, but it's good to see the progression.
yeah, but it's nice because there is a lot of people that thinks that I started dancing Kizomba with Albi, and it's not true. I started a long time ago, and that's why I think that's why I love more ghetto zouk and Portuguese singers and things like that, because when I started, that was Kizomba. So
I got you.
now for me it's being bit like too much instrumental, too much remixing, too much. Yeah, I love it too, but if I have to choose, I
You
will
like the
choose
smoother
music.
rhythms.
Yes. I like to go to Portugal to dance there. The singers from there, I really like. I mean, modern singers, but like Mika Mendes, Landry,
Yeah, the
George.
romantic, like the
These
Looney
things, yeah,
Johnson.
but they are really modern. They did really they evolved too, but they still are Portuguese. They have the essence. Yeah, I like that.
No, for sure. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and yeah, and that's it. And after that, I met my partner of bachata, sorry, and I was dancing bachata for like 2.5 years.
And your bachata partner was Ronald?
No, Marco, another guy from Peru. Yes, and I won like 6 times Spanish competitions of bachata.
Nice.
Yes, it was like 2013, 2014, and after I stopped, I going to live to Milan
Mm-hmm.
because I did like audition to dance in the group of Johnny Vasquez, right?
Okay.
So I go on there. I was in the group like 5-6 months. Was really nice experience, but I wanted to come back to Spain. And when I came back, Albi called me, and we started to dance in 2015 and till last December.
December of last year, yeah?
Yeah, 2016. We danced like for 1.5 years.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, so that's when, yeah, I think I've seen your name around here and there, but that's when like you really, I guess, became introduced to the Kizomba scene on, I guess, a wider scale.
Yeah.
With the Albir, with the videos and the demos and things like that. My favorite one is the Sabawana one. That one was a really fun one to watch.
Yeah, that is really funny, that song. When he showed me the song, I was like, really? You want to dance on it? No, but it was really nice. The energy of the song is really nice.
Awesome. And one part in the song where you guys like are walking down the aisle like in a wedding.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but Albi is really funny for that things. He's like a clown. He likes to make laugh to the people. And yeah, in that moment I was like, really? Are you doing this?
So was it something that was planned before?
No. I didn't knew that he was really going to do that, because he showed me the song, and because he was like, I want this song. I want to do them on this song. And I just listened once. And after he put, because we never prepared the demos, never, never ever. And because sometimes was like, we finished the class and he was like, you want this song or this one? And it was like, whatever. And was like that. if you put one song, it's okay. If you put other one, it's okay too. So, but that day he put that one, but I didn't knew that he was planning to do that. Maybe he didn't thought. He just did it in the
in the moment.
in the moment.
Yeah, it's crazy. So you
Yeah.
said something that caught my attention. You said that you never ever planned the demos.
Yes. With Albir, never.
What about with your other partners, like in bachata or for Kizomba, like for other demos that you do? Do you guys agree on the song before the class, or is this always like a surprise?
Well, I didn't did a lot of demos with anyone. I mean,
Okay, so this
just
was
with
something new to you.
Albir. Yeah, with Albir. After with Jojo, I didn't knew about the songs neither. With Ena, we plan to do one song of DJ Kayel because we liked, but not prepare. I mean, preparing because people sometimes was like telling us like, no, but you like. Letting us think like people think that we prepare the steps or the stocks
Okay,
in the
it's like a
music or things like
choreo
that.
instead of a
Yeah.
freestyle.
And I swear, we never ever, because no, we just feel the music and that's it.
Okay, so my next question: if you're not preparing the demos, where do you get the confidence to dance with you? Are you guys practicing every day, every other day, or?
You know, it's strange because we have a incredible connection, I think. Yeah, like with the time, yeah, for sure. At the beginning, we train a bit, but at the beginning, I'm talking about the first month to dance together, because he was maybe correcting me some things, or I was understanding how he feels the music, things like that, no? But after the first 2 months, maybe, no, we never practice like dancing Kizomba. Yeah, we sometimes dance in the social, but I think I consider me a more or less good follower, and him, as everyone knows, he's an incredible musical interpreter.
Yeah, his musicality is insane.
Yes, and as leader, is incredible too. He's soft and he controls the weight really really good, and I don't know, we fix really 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 good.
That is crazy to know that you guys had that much of a connection and chemistry to where you didn't have to plan the demos. And I could see the progression of your demos as you guys were dancing more and more together. It got more and more in tune with one another. One thing that I really like to watch was like before you guys were just kind of like grooving by yourselves, kind of like feeling the music a little bit, and then you'd come together and dance. It was really nice to watch. It's awesome.
Yeah, because you can see that we really, I think, when you really love music and you love the music that you are listening and you are a dancer, you have to dance even if you have a partner or not. So I'll be going to play the music and I was like already dancing and he comes dancing and after we dance together. But for me, that's normal.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. So some of my friends who knew that I was going to be interviewing you, they had some questions on how to become better followers. So we're going to talk about that. But before we do that, I have one last question. What would, about the partnership with Albir, what would you say was your, I guess, proudest moment or like your highlight of dancing with Albir?
Well, there was many moments, I think, because when you realize first, I mean, as couple of dance, when you realize that for your work, for the work that you are doing, you are visiting so awesome places. Like when we were to Dubai, we were like, we cannot believe it. Like we were like, this is not true, really. And for example, I don't know, going when it's not, I cannot say like just one moment, like the highest.
What about the top three?
But the top three. But for example, when you go far and you realize that you see the faces of the people watching you dance, like, I don't know, crying or smiling or really happy or trying to touch you because they think you are not true. As couple, like, as couple, like you guys are amazing. You guys taught me, yes, that told me, I dance Kizomba for you or things like that. That moments are really, really
Like
intensive.
unforgettable. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, but I don't know. I cannot say like moments, 3 moments.
I
There
got
is
you.
thousands. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. So it sounds like you got a lot of satisfaction of just inspiring people to continue to dance, you know?
Let's take a quick moment to thank our sponsors. And now back to our show. 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 And now back to our show.
So now let's talk about you said that you're really, really good follow. And I know lots of follows. I know lots of follows that look up to you for your following ability because you see it in the demos that you had with your dance partners. So what would you say makes a good follow for you? Or is it something, I know you said that you trained when you were younger with ballet and modern and things like that and with hip hop. But the main two questions is like, how do they become lighter? And then also, I guess, confidence with styling.
Okay. So for me, how to be better follower after styling, how to be a better follower for me. First, I say always this in classes, but I think will help a lot of girls. This sentence. I think not a lot of girls realize that, but one of the things why we are sometimes stronger as followers is because we do big steps. And we should walk like really small and really on the points. If you wear heels, for me, it helps for me. Or even if you don't wear, it's okay. But go like up. I don't know how to say in English. Like yes, straight posture. And for me, I think it helps a lot. Hard work on ballet too, for the posture, for the shoulders, for the tension on the arms, and to know where you can put pressure, when you cannot put tension, how to answer to the guy to that tension, in the arms, and and where when you can be more relaxed. That, I think you have to dance a lot. But for me, girls, now you are listening to me, be really, really careful on the left arm, because it's really important for the following, because there's so many girls that relax at all that arm, and it's not good. Because when you feel some, for example, fast steps, you have to answer with the arm a lot.
No, for sure.
It helps a lot. And the connection, even, on the abs, on the legs, for me is really important to feel the legs of the guy to follow, because that will help. If you have connection and you are working with your left arm and you have the frame and the position and you are straight, you will feel everything that your leader will do. The weight change, the slow motion things. For me, it's really, really important to have that things. And after, when you are a perfect follower, after you can start working on the styling, not before.
Okay, awesome. And do you have any tips for followers to be able to style without interrupting the lead? Is that more about keeping the core kind of maintained, or what do you do to find a good moment to even style while you're dancing in Kizomba?
Yeah. Okay, for me, I focus my styling on the hips. Always. All my classes of styling are focused on hips movements. I don't believe in work on arms in Kizomba. Me. It's just my opinion.
For sure.
For the chest, can be just if the guy let you do it. But for me, for example, I will never make one girl work on the chest because 80% of the guys don't lead you things on the chest, for example, in my case. But I think that from the hips, legs, feet, it's a lot of work for the girls that you should work on it to be, I don't know how to say, like more pretty from outside. Like to the people that is watching you dance meanwhile you are dancing. The legs are really, really important. Feet, it's okay. If you wear heels, it's fine for me. But legs, straight legs, or when you are doing tarashinha, to know where do you have to bend your knees, or when it's not that really good, and after in the hips there is 1,000 movements to practice.
For sure. Okay. You mentioned several times the difference of heels and flats, and I see people in the Kizomba world, especially the followers, some of them are wearing more flat shoes and some of them are wearing heels. Obviously, I think you prefer heels, but I know a lot of followers who train and they don't have the same balance that they do in their heels. What tips would you have for the ladies who are struggling with balance in their heels? Because obviously, I know girls who wear heels just because they know that they feel sexier in their heels, you know? But, I mean, they can't really last all night long dancing in their heels, you know?
Me, if I don't have pain in the feet because of the heels, I dance better with heels than without. I think it's because I'm used to dance on heels for salsa and bachata.
I got you.
For me, is that, but each girl is different. Each girl feel the floor different. So you cannot say. I mean, me, I will never say to one girl, no, you have to put heels. If you are comfortable without, it's okay. Me personally, I prefer to dance kizomba, salsa, bachata with heels. But after depends on each one.
I got you for sure. All right, last question on your follow ability. Some of our listeners were curious when you practice, how often do you practice? And when you do practice, like for working on yourself, what do you focus on?
Okay, first, I don't practice so much alone. My practice time is social.
Okay, that's awesome.
It's in the social. Me, I really, really, really love social. To go to social, to dance with every guy, with everyone, because you always learn, you always can practice your styling, you always can practice your musicality. Because girls, we have musicality too.
Definitely.
And we have to practice on that, because we are focused on following or styling. But for me, the last step and the highest one is the musicality for
That's awesome.
girls too. Because me, I dance, I follow, I try to do my styling. But when you are able to express yourself with the music without interrupting the guy, or in one way that the guy that is fine for him. That's the best moment.
No,
The
for
best.
sure. The musicality, I feel, is like the holy grail. And when,
Or that the guy is doing things with the music, playing with it, and you can help him. Is really
definitely. Yeah, I've told some followers that the dance completely changes when I feel like you're dancing on the same sheet of music,
yeah.
versus the follow not being what's going on, And I feel like once you're able to train and practice the musicality and work on your balance and your posture and things like that to where it's easy. And once that part is easy, then it's easier. You have more brain capacity to focus on the music and on your partner, But if you're focused so much on yourself because of balance and your weight transfer and you don't know your body, then...
But it's like everything, step by step. Don't get stressed. But if you really want to reach that point, it's about practicing a lot, a lot.
Definitely.
Dance with so many different guys because each one leads different. Everything affects to the leading to even the altura. ¿Cómo se dice altura?
The height.
The height, yes, and the style for sure. So for me, it's like in bachata. To my students, bachata, I always say the same. You have to dance with a lot of guys, not just with one or two, because yes, you will be really good following them, but after when you dance with others,
and you have to be adaptable.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you sharing your tips and your insights and your experience on your follow. I got a chance to dance with you for the first time in Sweden a few weeks ago, and it was awesome. Super light, super musical. It was awesome. So I'm glad that you're able to share some of your tips with the follows that are listening.
Thank you.
At this time, we can go ahead and start to wrap up the podcast a little bit. Before we get to the point to where you give your advice to the listeners about dancing and in general, things like that for Kizomba and other dances, you mentioned at the beginning of the podcast that you were a little stressed because you're doing bachata and Kizomba and both of them at the same time. Do you have any goals for the rest of 2017? Like, what are you looking forward or what are you striving towards?
Well, I consider me not a bachata, salsa, and kizomba dancer. I consider me as dancer. So as dancer, I'm still taking class of ballet, jazz, or other things when I can. I love Afro house. I would like to do like ballroom, things like that. As dancer, my goals are keep learning, and always try to get better. And for that, I'm trying to compete again in bachata, because for me, competition is the thing that makes you grow as dancer the most. So for me, my goal will be win a lot of competitions. No. No, but always learn. For example, for Kizomba, the culture, the music, even for me, as much you work, as much you know yourself, what you are able to do, what your body is able to do, what your musicality is able to reach. I don't know, to go on. I think every day you learn something, and it's really important to learn from others too. From others that are doing the same as you, but it's really, really important to appreciate what others are doing. But for me, mainly, most important too is to be yourself in the things that you are doing. Copy others is not the way, I think. Mm.
And that's easier
Because
said than done.
you can be inspired of others, you can learn of others for sure, but the best thing for you will be put your essence on the things that you are doing. So for me, learn about the people can be, for example, like this, listen interviews, listen in which way your idols, in some way to say, work to be there, to be on top, for example. But you have to write your own story, like your own way to read the things, your own style, for sure. For sure.
That's awesome. All right, Sara. I'll just let the people know if they want to reach you or contact you. What's the best way for them to reach you?
Yeah. Well, actually, I have my profile, my personal Facebook, but it's like full. So, I'm sorry. After I have my official page on Facebook, is Sara Panero. That's it. And I have Instagram too, if you want to see like photos or what I'm doing every single day. You can see there. Yes.
Are you on
and
Snapchat?
well, I hope. No, I don't.
Okay, so just
I don't, because
Instagram and Facebook.
I was like, no, this is too much. But now Instagram is the same, and I'm using the same. So, but no, it's okay with Instagram. I'm okay.
Okay, awesome. All right, Sara. Well, thank you so much for taking some time out of your night. I appreciate you sharing your tips and your story and to inspire our listeners. And I look forward to seeing you on the dance floor sometime soon. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking. Well, it's not sure. It's not confirmed, but I will be. No, confirmed is that I will be in Canada in April, last weekend, and in July maybe I will be in New York.
Okay.
Maybe. So I will let you know, and maybe because you live in Texas.
Yeah,
right?
I live in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, but in any case, I will ask you for some Kizomba party in New York.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I am happy that Kizomba is growing like it's doing, because that means that no matter where you go in the world, you can dance Kizomba, and that's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Even in, I was last summer in Shanghai, in China, and yes, teaching some bachata, salsa, and Kizomba lady styling. I had a bootcamp of Kizomba lady styling, was full of girls, and I was like, wow, Kizomba is even here.
Yeah. It's a worldwide phenomenon.
Yeah. It's not, because it's not much like a drug.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Sara. Well, thank you so much for your time. We'll see you around soon. And thank you so much once again for all of your tips and inspiration.
Thank you. Thanks to you to invite me.
Thank you for checking out the Dance Your Heart on Fire podcast today. Be sure to check out neokizomba.com for links to everything that we chatted about today, as well as some awesome free resources to enhance your Kizomba journey.